guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to show you how I fill in my eyebrows. Now, this is not going to be the same for everyone. Everyone has a different technique that they like to use, but this is just how I like to fill mine in and what I find is the best shape and darkness and everything, you know, just for me in particular. I really hope that you enjoy the video. I will, of course, list the products that I use below, along with all of the products that is on my face. I would like to mention that today I am wearing the new Velour Carli lash, and I absolutely love it. It's a really beautiful lash. I can't stop looking in the mirror just because they are just so pretty. So I will make sure to leave a link down below as to where you can get them. And I think that's it. What do you think of my hair up? I tried something new. It was annoying me today. It needed to go away. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy. If you don't ever fill in your eyebrows, maybe this will help persuade you to start filling them in. I think it really kind of brings a whole look together and kind of just makes your face look complete. Even if I'm not putting on a full face of makeup, I will always make sure I fill my brows in it some way, just because I feel like it helps in general. So I'll stop blabbing and I will see you guys in my next video. I really hope you enjoy, and don't be scared because the next clip you see, I'm not going to have any eyebrows drawn in, so don't be frightened. Bye guys. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started. To start off, I'm going to show you what products I use to fill in my eyebrows, and they really shouldn't come as any surprise because I do mention them a lot in my videos. And to fill my eyebrows in, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the color taupe. And to set my brows, I use the tinted brow gel in blonde, and then I use the clear brow gel to just kind of lock it all down in place. And once I zoom in and kind of walk you through the steps, you'll see how I basically distribute each of these products. So let me zoom you in, and we're going to go ahead and start filling in our brows. Alright, to start off, I always like to brush my brows out just so the hairs are all going in the correct direction, and you kind of get a better feeling for what your line is, because when you have like your brow hairs pointing down and everything, it kind of prevents you from being able to see where you need to draw in with your pencil. So I always go through and brush out my brows, kind of go up and then over just in the direction that I want so everything is in place. I start by filling in a little bit in the middle. Now everyone has their particular routine. This is just how I like to do it. And then I go under and I start filling in my line. And every once in a while I'll stop, check, brush out again just to make sure everything is still going in the direction that I would like. Then I'm going to continue to fill in underneath, all the way down, right underneath all of the hairs. And then I'm going to extend my brow a little bit, just because this one I got a little tweezer happy, so it's not as long as it should be. And just go ahead and repeat that step a couple times, filling in underneath your brow till you get your desired shape. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but now I have like a clear shape underneath of my eyebrows. So now we're going to go ahead and fill in the top. So what I like to do is I like to start in the middle of my eyebrow, kind of right before the arch, and start drawing in light strokes. You don't ever want to push down and draw, just because you'll get way too harsh a line and it's going to look really unnatural, and that's not at all what we want when we fill in our eyebrows. So short, soft strokes, and then once I get to where the peak of the arch is going to be, I just draw down, connect to the tail, and fill it in. This brow is not as full in the end as I'd like, so I always add in a little bit, brush it out, go back in. And that is the end of my eyebrow. So now I'm going to go in towards the front Again, short, light strokes. Build up the top just a little bit more so it's even. And now we're going to go into the front of my brow. And here in the front, because this is where I kind of want my brow to be a little bit lighter than the back side, I even take shorter, softer strokes, just so it doesn't look so harsh and unnatural. So just continue to do little strokes up, kind of taking it back to match that line that we drew in. Go up, filling in. And you do this till you are happy with your brow shape and color. Once you are done, you always want to make sure you brush everything out so it's blended and your hairs are pointing in the correct direction. So you can see this is our filled in brow and this is our not cute brow yet. Now I like this thickness for my brow. Some people might think this is too thick for them. Some people even like a thicker brow. I just think this personally works for my size of my face and my features and everything. And I personally like this shape just because it is more of my natural brow shape. I just have helped enhance the tail end basically and filled it in so it's just a little bit thicker. Once you're done with that brow, we're going to move on to the next one. And this one I do just a little bit differently because it is not the same as the other brow basically. So what I like to do with this brow is I start on my arch and I fill that in first and then I go in with the rest. So here we're going to start on top. Again, short, soft strokes. And we're just going to fill in a little bit at the arch. And then I'm going to move straight down into my tail and fill that in. This brow, unfortunately, I don't have such a clean line as I do on this one underneath. I have to kind of help it, basically. So I'm just going to go in and gently fill in this part. And always blending as you go to make sure everything looks natural as you can get it with filling in your eyebrows. We're going to start making our way to the front, slowly filling in the underneath gently. You don't ever want the front of your brow to be as intense as the back just because you want it to have like a natural gradient effect basically from like kind of light to getting to a little bit darker. Yep, and these are basically perfect for me. These are how I wear my eyebrows every single day. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you how I set my brows. So first I take my tinted brow gel and I'm going to run this basically on the first half of my eyebrow. So from here kind of to like the middle of my eye. And this is just another way for me to kind of lighten up the front of my brow. Just like that. That's all it takes. I only do it once per eyebrow. So we go back in. And fill in. Just like that. And that's all I do. It's nothing crazy. It might not even be a necessary step for you, but it's just how I like to fill in my eyebrows. And now I go in with the clear brow gel. And we're going to set the rest of it. This is a very, very important step for me personally, just because I do have crazy hairs that like to stick out or fall down. So it just has to, be done. Alright guys, and that is the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed and you kind of learned something new. This technique might not work for everyone along with the products. These are just the particular products that I like to use on my eyebrows and how I like to fill them in. So everyone is different. Everyone has their own preferences when it comes to makeup, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Makeup is, you know, universal, and everyone can do basically whatever they want to do. So that is it. So I really hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.